such adorable characters. But for the purposes of what I'm doing at the moment, I just need to find a world I can live on. Literally nothing else, nothing matters. Scholar, this is what I'm doing. Oh, apparently Dynamix is not the third world currently. I could put it on a world, but honestly, I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I don't know if I really want the experience bonus, though. I suppose for the base what I'm doing, it wouldn't hurt to have honestly, just for the purposes. I guess I don't mind having the starter bonus. I have so many characters that I never look at. Honestly, I should do a average. I can literally count on, I guess I can count on 2 hands the number of characters that I have that I want. But also, not really interested. Argos is just such a wondering mature strength. I mean, mature enough that I drop marks every so often. Hey, it means I'm more of an honest person. Studies and shit. It's good, but yeah, it's fine. It's literally 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not too worried about it. Hold on. But I will be for this one. I don't want to be here. I will be. I don't play enough. And you know who I play of all the characters that I've created, the one that I've played the least, which is so funny because it's literally one of the more plentiful types of characters that join. Fenmakote. And you know what? Why not? Not that the starting attributes mean anything anymore. They used to, but honestly, not so much anymore. For the purposes of what we're doing, actually, let's go. Hopefully I have people in the chat to choose for me. Hell, I've created a female cure more times than I've created a female Kote. And honestly, I don't know why. I feel like it's the whole over-sexualization of cat girls. Though I feel like that's actually progressed over to Ora. Mostly for the Asian connotations, I suppose. Because people are weird. fetishize all kinds of people. I really realized I'm not heated referee too. Okay. It's okay. Make her keep her open. Why not? And then customize her appearance. We'll make her a little taller. Big words is always fun. Make it correct. Love along. At least for me. Don't worry. Do I want her to be a corpse? Not really. But I do like the corpse. Can't tell I'll play it using her forever. Ooh, I got thanks. Do I want her to look like Michelle? Some of these hairstyles are no choice. Or I could give her a oh, not sure. Sisters. See, here's the thing about having played this game so much over the last 10 years, 11. I've been playing since it comes to so God. Oh, do I even want to know how long I have been playing this game? How long I have been hyperfixated on this game? Released in 2016. 11 years. I have been playing this game for 11 years. That's crazy. Which is hilarious because, like, I have never been that much of something in my life. Save for my husband. Hell, I've been committed to my job less than that. Red dreads. Love it. And then highlights. Blue, because we are playing around the button. Which is literally the only reason why. So that way you can definitely see her hair and her eye. I always like giving my characters kind of faces. I don't know, something about Warrior of Light feels like they should have a face. Nope, that's not the button. Stop. No, I wanted this button. She's so pretty. I love it. Alright. Actually, no. Let us see. That's starting. Look. This is Red Rooster's head. Right next to the caves for some reason. We're missing a couple. No, hold on. No, this isn't far enough from Finland. No, this is the wild dodos area. This is where all the wild dodos be. Maybe it's a little too... Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, that's good. This should be a useful there for the time being. Someone who saw stuff. How many Argos? You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi? You're gonna freak out if I pick you up, but... Oh, but sure, why not? Oh! Say hi, Argos. Hi. Hi, baby. Oh. Oh! Drop something. I thought I dropped something. Look at this flailing of arms is hiding. It's crazy. That good old smoky eye. If I had the name for it, I would give myself a See, the way that I always check is I check the laugh, because the laugh will always tell me exactly what I want to know. That's just me. Can see that I've played many a character. This is literally just for this is literally just on the PC. Because I have a whole other list of save slots under my PlayStation. Mostly because PlayStation is the one that I've played the longest on. That's where I actually started with the PS3. Obviously, because Heaven's working, but... Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And she already has all the other information down, so... Yeah, that'll work. We'll start with Limsa, because why not? Korn Betlane, Oshalize, Rakshroka, Nava Viega, Kit Urla, Thaya Bajiri, Zul Jajal, Rai Betwani, Yel Noche Yelake. Actually, let me look up. I want to see. Just for the purposes of an appreciation of Final Fantasy XIV. Let's look at Keepers of the Moon. Okay. Content, soil. Flipping and flipping and flipping. Servant. Children. I love my husband. He has gotten me every single volume of the Eorzean Encyclopedia as they have come out. He won't play the game, as much as I try to get him to do it. But he does know how to make me happy. So, let's remove Lalafell, Elzin, so it'll be after that. And that's just where the book they are. Keepers of the Moon. I want to check the name, the nomenclature. I feel like there was a note. that's just the Zayla tribes for the aura. Don't know why they specifically did it for them. Yes, the nomenclature. The nomenclature, however you want to say it. Keepers of the Moon are a highly matriarchal society, and this is manifested in their names. In the female name Okimolo, Oki is a given name, to which is attached the mother's surname in Molo. Female and male names show little distinction from each other, with both composed of short, powerful syllables. The matriarchal tendencies can also be seen in male names, which replace the given name with a matrioinet. Okay. To which is appended a suffix indicating birth order. A for the first son, To for the second, Li, Se, Ra, Ir, Wo, Ye, Shi, and Tan for the 10th. Jesus Christ. Though the suffixes number 10 rarely are more than 2 or 3 sons born to even the largest keeper families. As might be surmised from their self-chosen name, the majority of the Keepers of the Moon are devout followers of Phi. I do love a good encyclopedia. Wait, so does that also include them as well? Or is that just the male women? Because not going far. Male names. Okay, now. And yet, there's not really anything else about the nomenclature that. Why? I do love that they talk about literally all of the Zayla tribes, and yet all the others are just like, oh yeah, they've got names. I mean, granted, they definitely do more with the Seekers of the Sun, you know, because Ushtola, Mitra, Kratia, they're all Seekers of the Sun, actually. Hi. Can I help you? Can I help you, sir? I love you. So... yeah. There's nothing really, unless... How would he say? I'll probably just make one of my own. Hi. Can I help you? Let's see. I'll let them randomly choose the portion. And that time? Sure. But I'll go with a different one. Araba. Yeah. I mean, granted, technically at 13, it would be Araba de Vanille. Like with her and Fang's names. Technically, Araba comes first, but Araba. But, however, considering it is the surname, that is what matters, anyways. Not the Araba. Yeah, why not? I guarantee nobody else has this name. Probably. Okay. Of course, the server is currently congested. Why wouldn't it be? There it is. Can I help you, sir? That is my pocket. I have no treats in my pocket. As much as I know you want me to have treats for you. You know what? I'll give you a treat. Why not? You've been very, very calm. You've conducted yourself with aplomb. You are a gentleman today. And not gentlemanly behavior. Now, not your bottom teeth just showing off. Oh, you're such a dork. Yes, go ahead. Have one. Eat it, and then I'll give you your other one. Yep, there you go. Yep. And just because you slobbered all over my hand, hand sanitizer doesn't get rid of it. You know, I do have an appreciation for the fact that they never actually changed the opening, with the exception of, you know, obviously the actual, like, other opening from Game for 1.0, it's a little different. But I do appreciate that this is how we are introduced. I mean, it still doesn't, you know, I mean, it's very much vague, and it also doesn't really make much sense, because obviously you have... Excuse me. Because obviously you shouldn't meet La Habrea until way later on, but for the purposes of introducing who you are going, where you are going to become, I would say that this is a valid
Feel. Think.
always, you know? It makes sense. Unfortunately, it is too bad that you don't ever get to see the ninja or the scholar, which is unfortunate, but also does something. Yeah. Is she ready? It looks like she got bodied, but you know, it's fine. Also, I think that that cutscene specifically is the only reason why. Oh, I don't want that. I also think that that cutscene is the only reason why the unending journey does not allow you to see anything pre level 4, because honestly, it would change a lot. Boy, all right, lass. And we just on a ship. We just sailing. I'm on a bow, whoa, you know? You were moaning in your sleep, and so buckets besides. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? Don't seem like sickness now that I look at you. It'll be the ether then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to this stuff than others, see? And we ain't too far from Vilburn now, which is chock full of etherites. You know, it's funny because literally this is the only time that ether sickness has ever really been a thing, up until you actually reach Endwalker and they actually bring it up as a thing. Which is so funny because, like, it feels like that should be like a baseline for the illness. But nobody else ever mentions ether sickness. They never talk about the etherites or anything like that besides the opening introduction. Hell, characters don't even really use aetherites in general for the whole entire game. No need to fret though. You'll see and get used to it. I mean, granted, they do kind of like for the Titan stuff and for the hard trials and finding the extreme and also finding the extremes as well. Like they'll mention it, but past that, aetherites just kind of state this is how you teleport, and that's about it. Ugh, might as well have been blooming seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa Lominsa is still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing as you're awake and all, how's about you keep me company till we get there? Hello? Okay, it wasn't. And Alphino and Ali say, hey, them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see. Any road, Grenan's the name, and Pedlin's betrayed. I do like how they incorporate some of the music from 1.0, especially for the very first piece of music that you actually like hear coming into the game. It should be something that was originally produced for 1.0 because it still is a through line. Like, yeah, this is what happens after 1.0, but you know, keeps things familiar for the people who came in. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lads, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you were one of them new adventurers, alarm. I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying. It ain't no secret that adventurers is risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Oh, right, there's 4 choices, not 3. For her, I would say to gain power. Power, as in our power to do good, like protecting the weak, fighting for what's right, and all that. I thought that's what you meant. That's such an assumption. There are bad people. There are bad people in this game. Just immediately assuming. Well, adventurers do get up to a lot of fighting, that's for sure. You'll never be short of a chance to polish your warcraft in the adventuring business. Once we make port, you best sign yourself up at the Adventurers Guild. They'll set you on the right path. And it wouldn't hurt to join a guild neither. Limsa's home to a few, so if you fancy learning how to swing an axe or even sling a spell, you should think about seeking one out. Just remember though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. There's no profit in being dead, that's a fact. Very true. Words to live by. Uh-oh. Ganon. I can't remember who they end up getting shot at by. Is it just pirate? Ships off the starboard bow. Pirate colors. Pirates? Hells. Have you no sense? Get below. I could make numbers good for the Rugadans. Which, by the way, apparently it's Rugadan, not Rogadan. It's Rugadan. You learn something new every day. Thanks, Jesse. Love you. But, Jesus. What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship flying Lominsan colors. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneers bark will catch this mighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. But one of us kept her head on her shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have a look, shall we? You know, it's never really explained where we're coming from. Although, judging from where you can knock from port and where you do end up stepping off, more than likely where you're coming from is that island. By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa Lominsa? No. God, it's not even the. It's not. I've done it so many times. Thought not. Ah, but I'll wager there have been some changes since your last visit. Allow a journeyed itinerant to appraise you of the current state of affairs. Limsa Lominsa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folk need something to change, a town full of liberty-loving ruffians. You can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with. Like them pirates you took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagan are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishlocks. You see it anywhere. Ah, at long last, land ho! Behold, Limsa Lominsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and loved by Limlane, goddess of navigation. And then they also had Louis Sua's voice actor.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Lotal Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa.
I can barely hear them.
To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer.
Also, this is an old PC, so the
Lone
graphics
yet
aren't
not
really
alone, for the hero's
gorgeous.
arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Limlane.
I don't think I'll be able to afford it.
What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
You know, I am glad that they gave us accessories to start with, because they used to not. We used to just be bare-necked and no earrings, no rings besides the one that you get at the start, just for explaining what you're looking for in the game. And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, a way of thanks for saving me arse earlier. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Why don't you just ask? I never understood. Just ask. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on her life's voyage. till sea swallows all.
I do like that they gave the triplets. I do like that they gave them the color, their outfits, the colors of whatever city-state's military is. Like his is clearly, ow, it's clearly a maelstrom color, red. So. Right clouds. She's just walking around, going where the hell she likes. Hey, you there. I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. Brave words calling us scum. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsa Lominsa's finest to set you on the right path. Up to it, lass, I haven't got all day. And then start over. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, a bustling city-state filled with scoundrels and brigands, the rough-cut diamond of the Arcanima Sea. Please select cultural stimulus. Gamepad, because I will never play with mouse and keyboard. Hell, even with games that are specifically for PC, I still prefer mouse and keyboard. Oh, right. I'm gonna need to probably change things. Give me a second. Just because I have a very specific way that I do things. Oh. I usually just not to air. Import. So I'm happy. Don't need that. Take that. Well, yeah, that's fine. I don't need the hotbars either. Hotbars I'll fix for myself later on. Plus, I don't know how much of this character I'm going to end up playing before she's consigned to oblivion with the rest of literally everybody. Because, honestly, I forget about characters a lot. Like, a lot. I'm literally frequenting 3 different characters currently. My main, my little Lalafell guy that I wanted to create just because I wanted a Lalafell character specifically for reasons, and then my investment banker that I've got on Fairy. Log back in. Queue it up. Lovely. Hi. I'm just saying hi. That's all. You just look adorable, just laying there, you know? Really cute. Yeah, I have the PS5 version, which is where I do most of my gaming. But since streaming on there is kind of jank compared to the PC, and I am not planning on bringing the PS5 out of the living room just to go back to the office, you will probably see low graphical quality for a while. Do I want to That's fine. That's a fine size. Really small. Don't probably just keep playback to scenario quests or scenario cutscenes. Just because. It's got most of it. Yeah, it's got most of it. Alright. Because I said that I wanted power, that means that I got the Ring of Fortitude, which gives me a critical hit plus 1. Not terrible. That'll be better. Hello, are we slow? 70 seconds. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Limsa Lominsa, you must first register yourself with him. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city, and without a bit of local knowledge, you're likely to be the throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. I mean, maybe. Limsa ain't that dangerous. It's mildly dangerous, but it ain't that dangerous. Oh? I thought I already... Oh, shoot. That's why. I was like, why is it already advancing? I didn't advance it because I just changed it. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. It's not far. Just straight down the street and speak with Grefflar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Badra. He's the proprietor of the Wench. He might curse like an ill-suited sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Follow that? Good. Now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. It's the twins. Welcome to the heart of Limsa Lominsa, the Mist Nest. It houses the airship line, the Adventurers Guild, and at the very top, the command room of the Admiral, from where she keeps a watchful eye over Lominsa air, land, and sea. The Crow's Lift will carry you up and down the tower as fast as the crow flies. You need only speak with Grefflar and tell him where you wish to go. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa. If you have a mind to visit the Drowning Wench, the Crow's Lift will take you there. I could have made this smaller, but yeah. I always have it like this. I'll go ahead and set my artist to my... This is the most beautiful thing that Yoshi P has ever given to us. It is absolutely wonderful. legitimately, it is the best thing he's ever done for us. Okay, what am I doing? Stop. So I gotta... There we go. Not that I'm really going to use it very much. I'm mostly going to be... I'm literally... For the purposes of what I'm doing, mostly to create the shorts that I want to create, most of this is going to be literally just the level 1 through 15 Limsa arc, basically. Right up to the Limsa arc. Because past that point, nothing is really different, except for, like, very specific dialogue that I will end up going into. But for the purposes of all this, most likely my main person is going to be some dude on that went to Ul'dah first. Mostly because it actually kind of does make the story kind of come full circle by the end of Realm Reborn. For very specific reasons that if you've never gotten, that you've never, played, you'll find out. Oh, you'll find out. Need. Don't need. Other things. Because I'm anal about this. You're really just very anal about this. Because I will be using Paul the Novice temporarily, because I will really only use it for the level 3 quests. Because that's the kind of person I am. Don't Party Finder. What is the point of a report? Confirm the readiness of other party and or allies for recording of. I legit thought that record ready check meant recording the ready check, like you're notating it down. I didn't realize it was for recording of duties that are recordable. 11 years on, and I'm still learning this game. I guess I could put emotes down. I never usually do, but for the purposes of this, I suppose. And I don't need any of that. I'll take a group pose though, just because. I'll take a group pose though, just because. And I also sometimes enjoy having the idle camera on. Not know that I really need that bar at all. I love how all of the role actions never actually get really fleshed out until Dawn Trail, which is so fun to me. Granted, I know it's going to change again before the next expansion, whatever it may be. I'm definitely subscribing to the idea of my season changing with Dawn Trail being summer, and the next one, whatever it might be, is probably fall or autumn or whatever you guys, whatever people like to call it. Yes, collecting the rewards. Collecting more than my allotted, just because I'm got that new adventure bonus, or the road to. I guess it's road to 100 now. I think it used to. I think they only added it in Shadowbringers. You know what? I'm gonna look that up. Bonus. just because I would like to know. New World Foundations. Because I want to say that they came about in Shadowbringers, which is why they originally were called the Road to 80. Wait, you can get a New World character creation and New World transfer bonus? That doesn't sound right. Okay, Road to 80. Yeah, it came about in Shadowbringers. Because back then, that was before the data center overhaul started happening. Because we originally didn't have 4 in America, we had 3. Because I used to be on Diablos. Diablos was the very first world I ever started on. Now I'm on Genova. But, I mean, that was literally because I made new friends. And we all just decided, hey, let's go here. Why not? Originally, I started on Diablos. That was fun. That was a fun time. I still remember the days when we used to do fashion. We used to do fashion critiquing outside of Palace of the Dead in Diablos for a time. That was always fun. Of course, back then, the glam chest wasn't really even a thing. And also, you had to constantly use glamour prisms, like, legitimately all the time. Because this was long before the glam system overhaul. It was always wild. Anyways, back to this. Greetings to you, lass. What'll it be? Ah, but you ain't here for the drink, are ya? You've come with a mind to try your hand at adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Bader, and this most hospitable of all stories is the Drowning Witch. 'Tis also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk especially for handling guild business, and why I spend more time saving an extra whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts, on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course. But if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill a lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again and you'll see people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them after everything that's happened? Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things what got wiped off the face of existence by the thrice damn bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way as making nonsense sense. None of the folks that saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. It's all foggy, like recollections from an hard night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear for the future if they can't rightly recall the past. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers who laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say we remember. Truth is, though, we ain't forgotten what they did for us. Or truth is that we ain't forgotten what they did for us. This goddamn calamity spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. It won't even let us picture their damn faces. It's like staring at a gull flying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare, and that's how every bugger describes it. I love having a speech impediment. And that's how every bugger describes it, by the way. Give or take the odd goal. what's got people calling these heroes the warriors of light. If Limsa is ever gonna put this time of darkness behind it, it's gonna need adventurers that'll banish the fear. It's gonna need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them. And that's why any aid we can give to an adventurer is effort well spent. What say you, lass? You're willing to lend us your strength? Always glad. With thanks to you, and to the navigator. I knew she'd steered you my way for a reason. But listen to me, you hadn't run like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in your book. Put your scroll right there. That's our plan, and a fine name it is. Congratulations! You're now an outstanding member of the Ventures Guild. You there, adventurer. You sailed in on the West Ferry, you know? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Send in your friend's signals, were you? I love this line. Now hold on just a moment there, officer. You've got the wrong glass. This fine, upstanding young lady is my dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest. It's too early for this. It's very late. It's not very late. This is my normal thing. This is my normal winding down thing. But this line has me dying every time that I see it. This fine, upstanding young lady is my dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The last wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Oh, God, that line is so funny. Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Aye, you make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times, me, and two more often than not. Now, sir, what say you to a tankard of me finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Gibraltar, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there, just crying out to be sat on. So kick off the navy boots, eh? He is... what a wonderful part. You'll have to excuse these eager, bloody little targets. There's been a spate of kidnapping at sea, and they ain't got a clue who's behind it. Naturally, they've taken a clap at irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means adventurers, visitors, pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Lominsans can be a headstrong bunch of bastards. This is true. But given time, we'll grow on you. Now, where was I? Oh, hi. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, where the seas as green as the faces of your patrons after a few too many black belly whiskies. That sounds awful. I'm more of a wine and fruity drinks kind of guy. Now, take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning you the ways of the sea. Coming to Limsa Lominsa. Coming to Limsa Lominsa. This concludes the introductory tutorial. You're taking your first step as an adventurer in the city of Limsa Lominsa. Listen well to the wisdom of the later on figures, and go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. I have already leveled good. You know, I can understand the want to have this bonus this? Oh, they don't even have it. They don't even call it the road to whatever anymore. Now it's just preferred world bonus. Is dramatically increased, which basically just means that you get 3 times the experience, which is honestly really nice. No, wait, double the experience. Double? Triple. It's double. That's clearly double. I'm looking at it. I'm not even trying to do math. Whatever. I'm good at math. What? I'm losing my shit. Close to home. Bader, proprietor of Drowning Winch, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. And we will be doing several other tasks on the way there as well. Let's get to it. Alright then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that will help you get used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, if you head down a floor, then point your nose to the west, you'll get an eyeful of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's an aetheryte, a device which will move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. It knows swifter way to travel, provided there's an aetheryte where you want to go first. Have a chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work until you have. Simply, you don't even touch it, you just attune. You hold your hand out to it, and then it just attunes to your user. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons, armor, and all your venture and bits and pieces for sale in the district that lies beyond the aetheryte. Don't go throwing your bill around just yet, or you'll get fleeced quicker and you can say, "Why's me corners? Why's me corners?" Have a word with Slow's Blade instead. Easily with the merchant fleet, by the way. Give him this old offer, and he'll treat you well. For the last to be helpful hints, I suggest you meet some fellow spell slingers at the Arcanima. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for your tome if you decide to join that crew. The area at the front desk is the one to get you started. Hey bud. Sorry that the light waked you up. Ooh, you got an iPad. Hold on. Apple tea. Stuck. I got it. Got all that last. Seeing that them 3 tasks will take you on a little jaunt around the city and help you work out wherever that is. Now that's me getting on. Run along, eh? Alright. There I go, sending you off, not telling you something for sure. That bloody calamity's made a right mess in your memory, I swear. Well, that or they Any road, while you're out, if you happen to pass any Corsons that look like they might need your help, consider giving their tale of woe a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities could be lurking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on. For example, Ninia over yonder has been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Why not lend an ear and see what she has to say? Aye, you like to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a woman folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. Honestly, and this was an additional thing that they added in Heaven. If you have the time, I'd also seek the advice of the smith here in the Winch. The lads bear that title of some fine advice for them that are just starting out in the profession. That, though, is how you'll go about becoming a legend among adventurers. You're ready to hear that about 10,000 more times. You know, it's kind of funny. This is literally the only starter area. Oh. He wants me to throw Mr. Baker. This is a birthday present for him. Because he just turned 1. Yeah. Go! Something breaks me. This is the only starter area where you literally have to put a whole other extra thing on top of the others. In Normally, it would just drop you into the rest of the world, because you're technically in an instanced area. As you can see, no player characters anywhere. Well, to try to go anywhere, a bit premature for you to leave today. Or have you already heard everything that shady look behind the desk had to say? If so, then you should know it's only polite to spare a moment for those in need. If the ball that fell in last in favor was staring at you right now. So she's not really staring. She's not actually staring at you. Hell, she doesn't even stare at you here. She's literally just talking to a lullaby. Here, Quentin, hold up there, lads. Before you trot out the door and straighten some scrags ambush, you might want to partake of the witch's brainstorm, the fire cart, and the people's work. They really want to be back, even though her quest is kind of pointless. Sinojri says, I don't mean to be rude, miss, but I know a green adventurer when I see one. Trust me when I say you'd be better off having a chat with all the folk here before you start wandering the city like some wide-eyed farmers get. It's so funny, because literally, if it's rumors or like-minded fellows you seek, then you have made the right choice in coming to this tavern. It is a lodestone for all manner of travelers and explorers. It's really beautiful. Again. Hello? Hello? Can I help you? Oh, I'm just gonna throw it at me. Well, that's just rude. Go. Lydia, a veteran adventurer has some information that might be of interest to you. Well, would you look at this? A shiny new adventurer. Listen close, lads. I have some information that might help put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through Bulwark Hall below not long ago and saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market rares ones. Dream flowers. Limsa Lominsa is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. How'd the plants end up in the missing past? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. You speak to Scainrail, and she'll get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to all the stuff beyond. Being a worldly captain, who knows a thing or two about such shady goods. That is some shit that is just thrown out. For no reason. What are you doing? You want me to throw Mr. Gator or not? Can you go out? No? No, this will be fun. Killing me lately. I'm so glad I'm not allergic to cats. Well, I'm allergic to cats, but so there's a difference sanctuary thing. Oh yeah, now I'm officially in a place where other people can be. But there's already another person. Traveler's Avatar. Kill your herb. 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 Over and around. You know, I feel like, I mean, granted, I understand that radiant just doesn't really work because, I know that this doesn't work unless you have Harpy summons. However, I feel as though trouble with I miss having bio as summoner. I also miss having miasma. I miss having all the dots. Yeah, triple waving was pain, but also it was fun. At least for me, it was. What are you doing? Whoa, punch you, buddy. I'm talking too much. I'm not ending the stream. Okay, so far it's 60 hours. Alright. And no drum frames, so there's that too. Yeah, I'm a little skiff. Pressing the curves, which makes sense. Kill your curves. Handle. Yes, as you suspect, these are the highly illegal blooms called stream flowers. They are the prime ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sleeping mind in the sleep of death. Forgive me, not to suggest. These herbs are not more than Baltic lavender, a common enough export from Limsa Lominsa. In fact, these probably smoke price the logo of my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with this, but not to worry. You've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. You know, honestly, the whole thing about being an errand runner at the beginning, honestly, is a very big point to the Warrior of Light's whole ship. And I guess it also kind of gets a little lost after the whole Arcanima overhaul, because there was an overhaul of Arcanima Quest. There used to be so many more, like so many. It used to literally take so long to get through it all. And honestly, a lot of those quests have gotten really either dumbed down or been just completely tossed aside wholesale. And I get it. I really do. I truly do understand. I know. And those are keep looking at 11. Ooh, you could fight on this. Yeah. Go. But I personally didn't mind the overhaul. I understood the whole point of it because, yeah, I get it. There were a lot of us, and it made more sense back when there was a lot less content to do. I can't remember when they did the overhaul. I feel like it was either during the end of Stormblood or like at the beginning of Federation. It was around the same. I want to say it was around the same time that they added flying to a level boring. Which you used to not be able to do. You used to not be able to fly at all back until Stormblood, and then they added flying, which was nice. It meant that you could actually get places quicker. I know that. But I do miss some of the quests that they used to have. Like, honestly, the whole, I'll explain it later, but there's a whole thing with, like, a water bucket, and you had to fill it. There were so many points to it. It was so funny. But, anyways. I'll explain it later. By way of thanks for delivering this scouting calendar, I have a nugget of information that may be useful to you. You see, I was recently approached by an unkempt seafarer, which is not, I admit, particularly unusual for a man of my profession. What was unusual was that he offered as generous of a bill to be introduced to any adventures I might know. In my experience, sailors are not known to carry such wealth of coin about their person, especially with the alehouse of Limsa Lominsa so close at hand. Kidnappings have not been uncommon these past months. I suggest you take this information and speak with Rail, the guard who stands at the entrance of the Stalker's Alley. It never hurts to show spirit of cooperation to the authorities, thus. Hate to say it, but I'm a but I'm a little egg. It's fine. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Good afternoon. We're Jericho's Arcanima seeks the services of conveniently unoccupied individuals. And yes, we will be doing all the quests. Because, honestly, I want to do everything. This is going to take years. I'm not even joking. Kinda wish I was, but also... Ugh. And no, not all of it will be streamed. No, not all of it will be recorded. I don't think that my storage can handle all of the content. But hey, maybe if I stream enough, maybe I'll make enough money to be like, oh, yeah, new computer parts on the side. Hello. Hello. What? What did we do? Argos, keep interrupting me. I love you, but come on. But also, you're far too awake right now to be so I can't Will be bothering me this whole stream. Excuse me, miss. What might you have a moment or two to spare? Oh, this is a whole ass meeting. Excuse me, miss. What might you have a moment or two to spare? You seem the type who enjoys being hosted by farming meal tasks, and I require someone to make delivery to the sisters of the Edelweiss. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard that the sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in Limsa Lominsa. They do, however, provide a rather unique service in which the Jericho Consortium has recently been the beneficiary. I would have to deliver this package to their dormant lawnward, along with our profuse gratitude. I love how the way that explain it makes it really seem like the dutiful sisters are more like the dutiful sisters, but but yeah, that's what I was looking for. Going about an hour and 15 now. Hour, yeah, that's right. Up to... Why do you like your close space? We're literally in a close basement. Ah, another novice adventure. I, Vaderon, have sent more than a few of your kind this way late. I am Sundamal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly. Hey. No. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into... Hold on. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherite. Do not go for any of my coordinates, please. Please, that's literally the last thing I need. Turn and teleport, the most common transportation spells, making direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune herself into which one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, oh, come on, back up. Back up, because now you're messing with him. Shift, lock in the desk. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attune as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Woo, return there. Sweet Mix. Proper procedure. The goblin merchant, Sweet Mix, appears to be in some distress. Sweet Mix is beauty of Sculpey and crafty smart trade maker. Sweet Mix makes busy deal with uplanders. I was just bring my option. Sweet Mix makes busy deal with uplanders. Need deliver letter to gate and meal them, but Sweet Mix has shiver shakes. Uplander wants to gate a meal them for Sweet Mix. Uplander builder's letter to text needed to Jar Jar. Yes, always nervous about everybody. There is like nobody here. This is like kind of weird. One, I can count the number of people that are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 people in this boss room. 7 including me. This is crazy. Never seen the process of Superflight. This is weird. I'm moving. This is so odd. It's really odd. Lazarus says, that is disturbing news. Your initiative is appreciated adventure. I'll have the captain place the Elegance on high alert. Ah, and while I have you here, I need you to visit Freakwood and tell her the same thing you told me. You'll find her a bit further down this Doctor's Alley. Freakwood has frequent getting adventure, so anyone who gives it can soon spread the news. What can I buy with 180 gil? I mean, there's a lot that I can buy with 103 gil. Not that. I know at least one of these. Because it's never really even for regular. Growth formula Delta concentrate. Doesn't it literally need it for need to be high quality for yeah, it needs to be good quality for end game stuff. Two go. I could buy 17 potions. I could do that. I could buy 1 potion. I could buy exactly 1 potion. Yep, that was literally every last bit of gold. potions are really cheap. Oh, I can get 3 max potions. I mean, granted, I would only get 24% of my HP, so 24 HP. Actually, I can get a couple of those mushrooms. Not those, though. I know at least one of these is like a go for 150. I don't know. Sometimes people will literally sell something that they could have sold for $150 for like one. Sometimes it's just easier to get more expensive. These are all popular, so these will undoubtedly not. I think there's one of these. I don't know. No. That's all. Crafter. No, not crafter. I'm actually surprised at how expensive some of these are. Man, maybe I need to. Oh, look, thorns. And yeah, there we go. All the fences. Because I'd love to buy the horns. History roll. Not feeling it. Smells blade. Buying. Welcome to the complete next marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans with wondrous horns from all four corners of the earth. Pray, browse the stalls with your eyeballs ached over the overabundant, unbelievable markets. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must think this cargo boats will arrive at the docks. You bear a gift from Radar. Whatever could it be? My husband. By the navigator, I must have left him behind in the winch, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicating memories. Oh, more kudos. Yes, I also read on our Pool of Our Own, and apparently my last story was actually pretty decent, because I literally keep getting emails about kudos. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, and what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? If it is simple and sturdy adventuring, equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hocker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each skill you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hocker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each store. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the sharpest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. I will later. But I would like to start. Play it. The master merchant of Hocker's Alley wants you to look at the current marketplace. You, Miss Adventurer, I have one. I would have you go into the customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I do not see yourself to take control. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shopkeepers and down over their way. There are three merchants that Iron Thunder, Gyokurun, and Simeon. Write down all you see on this card, and add it to the thing on the right top of the ballot. We shall reward you for your service. And I will be rewarded for your service. Goodwood. Greetings, miss. Might I introduce you in the services of Arcanima? What's this? Suspicious seafarers on the prowl for billable adventures. Well, I'll be sure to cast that on that one instead. What with all the merchants, travelers, milling to hospitality, these kinds of unsavory activities can often go unnoticed. In any case, I promise to keep a sharp lookout for anyone being accompanied by strangers and sailors. And out it goes. Well, met lass, cast your peepers on the beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges, melting in the melons. Ba, 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 ba. Also, I'm going to go in level order with these quests, so I'll start with level 1s and then make my way up. Okay, internet access. Gyokurun welcomes welcome customer. Gyokurun loves his lovely trade. Gyokurun's goods are goodly made. How much is the tariff for Sunderland's wine? Who must I speak with to have my ship unquarantined? All vessels that make use of Limsa Lominsa's ports must submit to a cargo inspection and pay the duties incurred. Please direct all inquiries and complaints to the front desk in Yeoman's Gate. I'm just gonna talk to people here and there. Including my little Consider turning down producing. Well, it should be fine. I mean, honestly, I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm doing so well so far. I could probably start. I'm probably gonna start using this one. Just realized my screen was off. It's plugged in. About the sound. And plugged in. Huh. Granted, I haven't used it in a while, mostly because I don't stream. Not nearly often enough for those. Alright. Anyways, back to this. Natasha. Where is Sweetnix with those import records? Without the proper documentation, I'm afraid we will have to expel it from the city. There we go. Why, these are Sweetnix's records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. Honestly, you would think that goblin would have lost his fear of our office by now. Every month he is to submit these papers, and every month his Tarkinus forces me to consider his removal. As long as one follows proper procedure, Limsa Lominsa is quite welcoming of foreign traders. Pray, convey these words to Sweet Lips. Perhaps it will aid in soothing the poor Copland's fears. Daja of Milvin's Gate needs help collecting duty on imported goods. Here at Milvin's Gate, we inspect all the goods that are imported into Limsa Lominsa and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation. We must chase them down. I would be grateful if you could deliver these two ledgers, one to a man named Sundamal, whom you will find at the Octant, and the other to a woman named Letitia, who is the Bismarck. If you are uncertain as to the whereabouts of the Bismarck, ask Sundamal when you meet him, and he will point you in the right direction. Yuri! Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. Ah, but if I am not mistaken, you already possess some rudimentary understanding of the craft. Surely you be more knowledge of history as well. The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles, which I hope we get to see soon. I'm so excited. I mean, granted, we've been seeing them, but like, you'll know what I mean when you finish Dawn Trail. Keep going. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed a practitioner to weave ether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the School of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa Lominsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite and soon secured positions in the realms of government and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Melvin, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanist Guild was established and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you will continue your study of this challenging discipline, then I must insist that you indicate your commitment to joining our guild. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? Crazy. Mirie wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Arcanist Guild. Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster, that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thuberheim. Yeah. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You will find her just over there by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy, though her mind is sharp and critical. Her manner is always most welcome. Yes, I am Thuberheim. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Mirie has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origin. Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of ether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary, even on the field of battle. Nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An arcanist is measured by her ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? Are you prepared to reason? Yes, I am prepared to reason. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. In Lower Londonsia, you will find, among others, 3 species of pest: wolf rats, little ladybugs, and Aureliae. I ask that you employ your skill in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Did I did. Okay. I just wanted. I don't remember if there was anything here. I don't think I unlocked all of that. Yeah, I don't unlock this area until I get to it. Which I won't be getting with Thata. Thata is going to be literally just the Limsa Lominsa arc. Up to the Limsa arc. So done. Oh. I forgot. Wasn't there like a third person? Oh no, Sinilla is the third person. A fine evening to you, miss. What can I interest you in the... Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. The lady doth protest too much. You're the one who made a list for Swell's Plate? Let's have it then. Piece of parchment containing prices from shops and stalls all over Limsa Lominsa. Nothing wrong with the mark as far as I can tell. You oftentimes get pirates selling stolen goods at cutthroat prices, and that drives the numbers down right across Hawker's Alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell at a glance when trading dealings are taking place. Good work, lass. Let me color my world a little bit. What can I do for you? They're not ugly, it's just, not gorgeous. Let me, oh, damn, I can't even do that. And eventually I'll turn my script. It all gets jump. Boop. Ow. Ah. Sorry, it's so gross. The fisherman's bottle. I can't even do the recommendations list, so keep track of what level I'm at. Back in the water is level 3. Yeah, activate the right puzzle. Alright. Oh wait, no. Never mind. I'm dumb. One word. Onward. I, this is the dutiful citizens of the Edelweiss, a house of deep reflection and meditation. So, unless you've proper business with us, you can kindly bugger off. What's this then? Parcel from the Bouchard Consortium, eh? Let's have a peek inside. Ooh, walnut bread and ginger cookies. And a few of them Bismarck finger sandwiches, too. I know exactly who this present is for. It's really funny because you can actually tell exactly who this is for. Them consortium culls know the right way to show appreciation. Some of them sisters have unholy appetites, so I'd best save a few bites for myself before I take this inside. We'll let Janasa know we're always here should her boss have need of us again. And suddenly, it's very confusing as to what exactly these dutiful sisters are. But I love how we're already talking about Mikhail so early on, even long before you actually know anybody at the Rogues Guild. Because she's the one who orders Bismarck finger sandwiches. Always cost so much money. They're apparently very good. Uplander delivered letter to Gate and Milvan. Uplander has wide heart and swift legs. Taxlady Tasha has kind backwards for Sweetnix. Sweetnix has outflow of joy for Taxlady Tasha. Sweetnix is happy goblin, just Uplander jinkly chime. Yay! Now I have one It's we delivered the packages I requested. Very good. I shall pass on the sister's sentiments to my superior. What manner of services did the sisters provide? Continue your stay in Limsa Lominsa, and you'll likely find out soon enough. In fact, if you're confident in your abilities and comfortable with the unconventional, you might wish to approach them yourself. It's so funny. Out of context, it really sounds like a whorehouse. And I don't mean that in in a condescending way. I mean that in just literally. Out of context information is used. Anyways, back to this. The ledger from Nolan's Gate, you say. Get more outstanding duty payments. When will those merchants ever learn? Very well, if I catch sight of any offenders, I shall drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming if need be. One more ledger bound for the Bismarck, you say. Follow this path to the upper decks and you'll find the place. I will say, the beginning quests... So, the nice thing about these quests is not only do they really flesh out the world, but also they do kind of give you... Limsa is a little bit chaotic in the way that it's laid out, because it's literally one place stacked on top of another. It's very Dark Souls. It's like Undead Burg in Dark Souls. It's very layered. So, quests in... at least in Limsa Lominsa, make it much easier to actually navigate, especially if you don't really take the back streets and stuff like that. I mean, that's just me, but obsessed with it. Obsessed. Hyperfixations. I'm well aware of hyperfixations. Culinarians build. Not to worry about that question yet. Oh, Letitia, there you go. Tax evaders among our patrons, you say? Goodness me. I dare say this may well put an end to their appetite, but this is in the best interest of the city-state. If any of the merchants named in this ledger come to dine with us, I shall see that Milton's gate is notified without delay. That's the last of the level 1 tests. 1,000 words, license free, lost and found. All are level 2 tests. That's the level 4 one. Grassy works level 3. Yep, we can move on to level 2. I'm being very granular about it, because you know what? I want to do it like this. Screw it. 1,000 words. The localization in this game is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, if you don't know what 1,000 words is, then you haven't played Final Fantasy XIV. And if you haven't played Final Fantasy XII, what's your problem? It's such a good game. We spare no effort to ensure that all of our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality, and so it is doubly hurtful when someone decides to leave without settling the bill. Naria Belago, a first-time patron, did just that. Rasushmo is the one who lovingly prepared the man's meal. She is quite upset by the whole affair, and has taken it upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. Might I trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf? Rasushmo should be done adding the 2 touches by now. Oh. Sushma is so fun. I poured my heart and soul into that grilled dodo. If I ever get my hands on that scoundrel, I will grind his bones to make my bread. Here it is, my rendition of the criminal. Please deliver it to God of our attendant, Coral Tower. He will know what to do. She's so goddamn funny. Also, I love that we can jog in the second stage. That's been a wonderful addition. Lysis Reeve. Warden would like to make you a completely legal proposition. You want for coin, venturer? How'd you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the biggest pirate crews in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these here steps to the balcony above and talk to Carmelane Arcanima. Do right by him, and he'll do right by you. Do right by him. Also, Carmelane is so fun. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the 7th stage. Should I do French? Greetings, sir, and welcome to the 7th stage. Purveyors of the finest spices from the East. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices, but employment. I'm not even doing that. That's not good. Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organization. Our misery returned from a latest voyage bearing exotic spices never before seen in Mayosia. I've prepared 2 samples, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is for Grenade, whom you will find at the courthouse. The second is for Master Limsa, the head chef of this bar. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now, and return here once you've accomplished the task. I'm gonna link it first. Just because it makes sense for the quest. At least, you know, at least by the constraints of what the quest is about. A new sample from the 2nd stage. Alright, that's not worth it then. A set containing several exotic spices and instructions on how they can be used. Not something you would expect from the captain of a band of bloodthirsty pirates. Ain't smelled nothing like it before. The notice came with its rosy profile. Last I heard, offer was under apparel. Well, there's someone else that dominate managed to get over this. Anyway, I reckon I can hope I'm somewhat fresh and new. Thanks for the delivery, friend. An actual spice. And then there's the other spice. Wait, did I? I want to say I did. Did I? I might not have. The only other one that I haven't seen is the Aft Castle. Oh, cause my buddy, my pal, my friend. Emote. I pat your head. He's one of my favorite characters. Grenade. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keepers of the peace, Limsa Lominsa. Is there all I can assist you with? 7th Sage Sampler. A sample of spice courtesy of the 7th Sage, you say? There is no mistake. This is fire sand, and the kind used by the Guardians Besides, quite intriguing. Very well, we will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought you had brought me a spice. I see you are not familiar with Carvalanisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents limits and interests in eastern lands. Which, of course, then of course, calls back to what happened, what eventually was Spanish Normal. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late, though I suspect you've already heard the rumors. It is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports from our citizens. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Berwick, Bulwark Hall? The Delica is her name. My thanks in advance, friend. Alright, Gilbert. What you got for me? A bilker at the Bismarck. You have an artist's rendition of the man. What in the 7Ls is this supposed to be? Looks more like the prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, we would like nothing more than to bring the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty, after all. However, we will need a little bit more to go on than this piece of art. It would be easiest for all involved if Sushma were to come here and answer some questions. Please relate to her as much. I'll stop by Carmine first. Welcome back. It would seem those samples were rather well received, and this is in no small part due to your affable courier. 'Tis unfortunate, but notoriety accumulated over the course of years does not fade overnight. There are many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates. Savage is one word for you, I guess. Yet the old days of piracy have passed, giving way to a new wave of opportunity. My crew and I decided to embrace this wave. With the Admiral's blessing, we engage in a form of trade with Guardian ships. Everything we do, you may rest assured, is within the law. But if you are in fact licensed to do Guardian ships, because they are literally trying to kill us all. Sorry, was that too dramatic? I want to say I did. Okay, I did. Where's the picture? Oh, wait. Hey, girl. Ah, so you expect we've got a bird. Within the bell, the Yellow Jackets will have a sniveling scoundrel looked at the capture cell, and then I'll take my filleting knife and... Gilbert wants me to go to the Coral Tower for the question. But what more information does he want that my drawing doesn't already provide? Is the picture supposed to paint 1,000 words? Bro, maybe if you went after it, then maybe that would be the case. Not really, but not so, yeah. throat is kind of hurting from all of this talking because I don't normally talk this much. I would love to talk more, but I would love to talk this much though. What? What's wrong? You okay? Alright. For a moment, I will be back. I'm back. Just ginger ale. My husband bought me a nugget ice machine. And I've basically been using it as much as possible. Like, I literally took this out of the fridge. I could just drink it, but... Oh, hey, you give me Sonic Nuggets. I'm going to eat. Oh, there we go. Could talk later. Yeah, I'll go. Ah, there you are, Fanta. Enjoy your jaunt around the city, did you? If you mean to base yourself in Limsa Lominsa, that won't be the last time you'll visit them three places. And now you've got some idea of what's where, and you can start exploring the rest of the town. Hi. You've shown a good ear for listening, lass. Stick with old Baderin, and you'll go far. Okay, 800 experience is what Storyteller. Achievement. Yay, now I have 5 points to my name. You know, I've never actually looked at tackled the recommended achievements one. Defeat 100,000 enemies. I don't think that's going to happen here. It's not that difficult. 3,000 fates. You know, I still haven't gotten platinum on my playthrough list. And that's literally because of the Destiny's, I think it's the Destiny's Child achievement that I still need to get. Let me check it. Just because I want to know. Yes, I know how the PlayStation app works. 100%. My average word of my trophies completed. 100%. Stormblood achievements completed. 83% Shadowbringers, 100% Death Gone, 60% Unwalker, 100% Adventure, 60% Buried Memory, nothing more. But for Final Fantasy XIV Online, I have done the Destiny's Child. Oh, I'm missing 2. No, I'm missing 5. So I have to, in total, synthesize 5,000 collectibles. Honestly, that won't be too difficult. Honestly, I could probably do 60% of that. So I've completed 60% of them. Give me a long weekend, I'll complete it. Gathering 8,000 collectibles is going to be a little bit more time consuming. I mean, that's literally just because of how gathering collectibles is. Although it's kind of weird because literally collectibles weren't even really a thing Like, you don't even have access to collectibles in base or Realm Reborn. I think they changed how they work. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that they added the mirror raids, the return to Ivalice raids, and the Weeping City of Mach. No, Mach? Maki? I don't even remember what it's called. What that? Tell ya. Nope, never running. That's fine. Frame rate dropped a little bit. Encoding overloaded. Okay, maybe I should change the video setting a little bit. Hold on. Do I have to stop it? Video out. It's currently active. Might have to stop the stream, but I don't really want to do that. I mean, it's mostly just. Alright, let's go ahead and finish up. Stop, bruh. This is level 4. Oh, right, because starting at level 4 quests, all these level 4 quests are now popping up because that's how you access them. I will say it's very interesting seeing what's connected to, like, say, the main scenario quests and your lower, no, yeah, lower. You need to go to lower lot. Let's see, not middle. For the enemies. I'll save it. granted, like, yeah, sure, it's pretty much just business, but also at the same time, it's also kind of not, because some of the enemies that are using the hunting log do actually require you to really, I mean, not really, it's very surface level, but, you know, I mean, hey, it gets you a bunch of different enemy types, and you get to experience all the different kind of elves that there is. So you can experience all the different types of elves you'll experience in the game. Now, I could go through all my mail. However, I am going to only actually go through... However, I am only going to grab one sticker. Greetings, all one. I am the Delivery Moogle, Kubo. Oh, I know you. Moogles are supposed to hide in trees and avoid contact with outsiders. Why ever would they agree to carry out letters? Why indeed? If I had my way, I'd be curled up under the canopy of a moist oak, dreaming about some beautiful Moogle with rainbow-colored pom-pom boat. But no, the moon had to go and drop from the sky, causing all that terrible change. Aetherites were shattered, and link crows rendered useless. For moons, the poor wingless people of Eorzea had no way of communicating. Screaming at the top of their lungs, which no one could hear. That is, until the little horned ones asked us to assist them by delivering messages from the jungle. At first, we were wary of showing ourselves, worried that one of you might catch and skin us, like you do with every other forest furry. Sorry. But once we saw how much we were appreciated, we knew we found our new calling. And I personally promised to try and not leave any along the way, Kubo. Look what we have here. 20 new letters have arrived just for you, Kubo. Your mailbox is a complete and utter mess. There wasn't any room left, so I had to send back 4 letters, Kubo. Yeah. I've been playing this game. Not bad. I mean, similar, but not that one. 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 There's that one. It is the right. I don't know. Oh yeah, perfect. Boop. It's so. It's. I look ridiculous. However, I need it just to get past a certain specific quest later on. So that way I don't have to worry about buying anything yet. Even though I actually technically kind of flush with cash at the moment. It's really funny because like you're not really flush with cash until you actually do stuff in the game. Like the way that you're like not expected to play, but if you really milked the game and its content for all it's worth, you will be fairly flush with cash. You also might also be broke. Honestly, one of two things is very possible. Both are equally possible. Just saying. Yeah, that hat is do I really want to hide it though? Yeah, I'll hide it. Good rhyme. I see the creatures beyond the city walls pose you little threat. It is with great pleasure then that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forward, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages in a grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And to commemorate this occasion, I gift you this The enemies marked within its pages have been specifically chosen to challenge your abilities in Arcanima, which is individual. When you devise a stack for your practice, you now have a ready source of opponents at each quest. And when you feel you can command Karma for as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me for further instruction. I will be waiting. The next Arcanist quest will be available from Uberheim upon reaching level 5. Oh, I do actually have that there that I all my summon Ruby. Aw, look at you. You're adorable little guy. Rainy days. Anyways. I'm gonna continue on with Arcanist. Not right this moment. I'm going to actually do like underdog stuff. But for the series, though, I'm going to actually do it with my main person that I'm going to have when I go back to Ulda, and then I'll focus on them after level 15. But mostly just so I can, stay getting stuff. Ah, Fata, is it? Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must often remind my archers to take meals, so ensconced do they become in their stomachs. Speaking of such, have you been practicing your tactics with Karma? I believe it is time to assess the improvement of your skills. As with your previous try, I would have you defeat foes in lower levels. 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny manticoras in dice. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponents, incorporate each effective strategy, and utilize your arcade ability to its fullest potential. I expect you back at 11. I am actually. Wait, did I do another level? I can start it. Alright. Level 3 quests. Shall we dance? Dance. Sing about sing. Then. Oh. I didn't finish last time. I should do that. Just wait. Oh yeah. The one that's not there. Welcome to Limsa. There's spot you went like for free. You got something for me to say. A missing person list. I'm not sure I follow. Thanks for bringing the list. I'll be sure to memorize these names. If any of the missing persons reappear, you can count on me to spot them. Most folk mention the city field of Zephyr, which means that it is past the goal of calm. That's why I'm on constant watch here, and undercover so as to keep an eye out for suspicious activity. I've been doing this for so long, I've become a pretty good judge of character. If there are shady characters skulking about, you can rest assured I can pick them out. Utano needs help in the city, a bright and cheery place. Sounds like you're already in the Yellow Jacket's good graces. You truly are a model adventurer, a paragon among your fellows. Do you think you could do me a favor? You see, I'm supposed to go and fill up one the street lamps with oil so that they'll stay lit at night. Thanks to this business of missing people, I can't simply up and leave my post. If you could tend to the street lamps at night instead, I'd be eternally grateful. Oh, and when you're finished, please fetch more oil from Spu in the Fisherman's Guild. We're running low here. She has care of our stuff. Which is fine, because that's actually... Got your rings, treat them up. Hell of a way to put in oil, you know, so I can just throw it up in the air. Give it cargo, so yeah, I can do a ship back here. I always remember this question. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I rarely ever actually go down this way. I mean, sure, it's a way to Fisherman's Guild, but also Ethernet. Ethernet. Also the Ethernet shards are so. Hi, Sisko. You're doing what? What am I to do with that girl? She has the nerve to ask me for work. If I'm really trying to find savings, I'm poison on the first adventure that comes along. Being young and pretty does not give you license to start responsibility. She'll get her royal oil, alright? A piece of my mind will. Back in the water. Calamity really knocked the wind out of the fish and use for sales. The fisher folk are starting to return to seasons more. It's past time I could say. But before I can get out to sea again, I need to have a new boat built. Our guild is always good with all the melodies for crafts. They're beastly busy these days. If you want for something to do, mayhap you could run over to the Armorer's Guild and consult with Forest Master Hananzin instead. I would know how long we might have. Might expect to have to wait. Girl, you can be with your friend. That's true. Let's go over to the What do you mean, wait? A secret of tables. In badges, how they are. Beg your pardons, good madam, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I realize the sun will urgently do something our larders. We're in the midst of carrying a whole first meal for soon arriving guests. I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. I would be grateful if you cook your 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be best that taking this directly from the sword. Swords. Wild lambs. The case you are unfamiliar with the creatures, I suggest you speak with Alvafar, the sentry station in Bolo Khan, just below the Drowning Lake. No, it's just level 4 right now. Also level 4? Yeah. I feel like there was like at least one other level 3 quest director somewhere. It might be over here with the over here at Bellows. Also, I'm one of those weird people that says like street names in real life too, not just in game. But I will literally say, "Oh, Celtic and Vinelli's," rather than, you know, the Armorer's Guild. Hanan's a new boat for the Fisherman's Guild. I'm afraid now is the best time. You see, we recently taken on a mission for a galleon. This task alone has all our hands full. But look, I'll see what I can do. The Fisherman's Guild has long been one of our best clients, and I would be loath to disappoint the spoon. It may yet take a while, but I shall endeavor to have our boat ready in a timely fashion. They're so responsible, so respectful, so amazing. Simple yet profitable task. Are you in need of some hyperfixation task item? Then I have just the job for you. Baderin is offering a reward for adding character to Slave's 5 one-shots. There's no shortage of tests lurking outside the deficit, so you should hurry and take advantage of this opportunity. I want to say this also level 4. Yeah, level 4. Soothing the sound of silence. It's always so funny. Honestly, dealing with this. Yeah, I might as well clear out some of Can't wait to use this. Literally 5:30 if you wanted to cut this aside. But yes, I know this. But also, I'm Animal. I want to say earlier. Who knows? Maybe I'll use Goddard for some spells. I mean, I wouldn't mind using it like oh god! Okay, almost here. Almost got it. It'll be a little hard. I forget that sometimes they give you a lot of cards. I got Addo for battle. Tiny member. Now I can go back to the Arcanima field. You know what? Okay, it's the Galapagos, eh? A friend. A person. A real life person. Pretty sure Galapagos are also fairly long. But I'm pretty sure if I try to fight any right now, I'm probably gonna start missing a lot of spells. but I'm already ready for it anyways. Ooh, I got it. Down here in the lowlands. Oh, no, nothing noted. And those are actually low enough. Oh, and cave bats. And lightning sprites. Fuck that, I don't do lightning right now. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Nesting buzzer. Get some power. This cracker fights back. I never saw that. Granted, I don't think very highly of myself. But, you know, I mean, that's what happens when you grow up the way I did. Ooh. But that will be a trauma dump for another day. Nah, mostly that'll just be private. No point in sharing all my secrets. Oh. I got a free template invite from Pollyanna Panda. There you go. Details. Power of 3. Casual solo group of new veteran players, buffs, and data center group events daily. Large home. Very nice. Discord, common understanding individuals apply today. Oh, it's friendly. Oh, it's traumatized. It's still by far one of my absolute favorite multiplayer moments. You know what? Sure, why not? I'll get something out of it. And I can take all my animal skins that I don't need. Or maybe I'll just give them my race. Bro, if I just put a bunch of animal skins in their company chest, I'm pretty sure they'd try it. Sorry. I kept forgetting about it. What's the turn? Because I can't do the other thing yet. they'll bring them. Just actually, you know what? I can do that. Let's do this. No, there. You know, it's really interesting seeing, because you can actually like see like the outline of the continent itself, and you can see where the places that you're able to move and go around are compared to like where they actually lay on a map. So as you can see, like we're pretty detached. Anyways, finally unlocking lava at level 4. Yeah, that's what happens with that's what happens when you go the road to 100 attached to your character. I'm gonna be disgustingly over leveled if I keep doing these on me. Sorry. I'm gonna be disgustingly over leveled if I keep doing characters on these stats on this status already. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be honestly, I'm probably gonna end up being disgustingly over leveled on all of them. Right, baby. I'm doing this. You know what? At 3 hours, I will break it off for the night and get some sleep for, you know, work later. Because, yeah. Oh, I would love to do submarine airship content. Actually, I'd love to do submarine content. This is not the one I wanted. I was wanting the Av Castle. Those A's, man. That's the A title I wanted. The Aft Castle, not the Arcanima. Oh, I guess I can actually take this stuff off. I don't need this anymore. Now that I've actually got source record actually figured out. That's nice. Yeah, let's alrighty. Let me move this over a little bit. This is gonna bother me. Transgauge. Let's put it right to here. No. I'm so irritating. Ugh, God. I would not be my own friend. I would be cringing all the time. Oh, jeez. Anyways. So you slew a few rats. Good on you, lass. This bloke comes through the other day and plops this huge sack the size of bleeding goopy on the counter, saying any man that slays rats can have something from within. When I inquires as to why, all he says is the damn noise they make when scurrying about is driving me insane. He asked me, though, he was already a bit touched. Something tells me the poor lad will never find peace. That's so funny. Since I'm pretty much going to be an Arcanist, I'm just going to go ahead and get the head. Well, Do I need to have my hat? Strength and 9? Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the hat. Just for the utility instead. It's not like I need 4 pieces of tin. That's literally I've had better. I've had better amounts of money. Ooh, I'm almost level 10. I mean, granted, even at the base, without the boost, I wasn't really wanting to go here, but I might as well talk to the grind. We'll keep it going for tomorrow, because I am probably going to do this probably every night. Welcome back, Dada. It appears your coordination with Carbuncle is progressing at a satisfactory pace. Shall we test your growing acumen with a more practical examination? Our work at Melvin's Gate requires us to inspect and report the contents of incoming cargo. To simulate such a task, I have had several crates transported to the cliff south of the Zephyr Gate. I want you to examine those crates, then return the inspected cargo here to me. You would be surprised at the depths to which some merchants will seek to deter our customs agents from performing their own investigations. False bottoms, rotten foodstuffs, flashing violkin. I suggest you be prepared for any eventuality. Huh, flesh-feeding violkin. Surely that will have nothing to do with what I'm doing. People being weird. Abelard. The Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? Oh god, it's like I like the sights myself. Fresh off the grill, some juices. Sorry, friend, I haven't had a single bite to eat since my shift began. Any road you can get lamb easily enough by hunting the lambs that graze outside the city. Go through the Silver Gate and follow the path east south for a bit. You'll run into the fluffy and tasty critters before long. You know, I've never had lamb. I should have lamb. Yeah. The only other rat. Do I want it? I mean, I'm almost at level 10. Well, it's what level 1, level 10 or below, so basically I'm not. Thank you. Die. Button gnawing if I do preliminary. Did I do the bat? I did not. Give them right now. Nah. I'll just do that. I'll go meet. Yeah. crates. But they have. She definitely just tripped and fell. And, much like any other cat, acts nonchalant when they're embarrassed. I am not a threat. I ignore my presence for the present and allow me a moment to cogitate. Cogitate, probably. The reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but I must admit I did not expect some proficient performance that had me against you. Yet, effectively your attacks were I spied room for improvement. As I watched you battle, the wheels of my mind broke into motion as they wanted to, inventing other possible strategies that might fit the killing. And I'm just looking at her like, what? Let's see. Taking into account your current level of ability, factoring in the etheric use and multiplying by the number of books, applying tactics to other potential combat scenarios. Oh dear. My calculations indicate failure upon encountering threat level 9,785. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. It's so funny. Though the opportune window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I am Kalia, a Mildenskate assessor. Acting Guildmaster at Lieberheim, elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instruction in the field of Arcanima. Kalia's so funny. Also, I recently realized something about her in a later quest that I will bring up later. From what I have observed thus far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. I do, however, wish to confirm one small thing. Regarding your choice of arcane geometries, what factor most influences your actions during battle? Desire to outwit an enemy, potential for inducement. Potential for inducement. Just as I predicted, and now I have the final element needed to perform another calculation. The probability of you becoming an arcanistic node is 90%, give or take a half a percent. Yes, the certainty is quite high. After all, I only know of one other practitioner who responded to my question in the same manner. It was the man who bestowed upon me this grimoire, the Guildmaster himself. While our inscrutable leader is, as I'm sure you've heard, on an indefinite leave of absence, he did leave us with his most notorious saying, strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. No matter how gifted you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty arcanists is beyond our present abilities. Discipline and experience is the final strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude with Carbuncle. Mastery with an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of Arcanima. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray return directly to the guild. I believe Mr. Lieberheim is awaiting some Inspector Cardinal. And what of myself? I am off to the fields, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. Theory is all well and good. There is no substitute for actual combat. We will meet again soon. Bye. rubble. Not cool. And since the rest of the Hunting is basically on the quest route for Limsa Lominsa's main scenario stuff, I'll do it later. But let's finish up the level 3 quests, and then I will go to bed. People in the chat are literally just actually putting in asterisks. Well, have you had any luck obtaining the fresh lamb? Please hurry, the guests are arriving any moment now. 4 slices of fresh lamb, and right in the nick of time. Thank you ever so much. At times like this, I feel fulfilled in my role. I used to be a chef myself, you see, but my skills weren't quite up to par. So when the Bismarck expanded operations, I asked to be made commissioner instead. This way I can still be part of the business in spite of my shortcomings. Honestly, that's so though. Yeah. I mean, it's a little awkward looking. Kind of look like a dork. Alright, that's it for the level 3 quest. And honestly, that's it for me tonight. Oh, I am actually very tired. Talking so much about stuff. Feeling alright there, Liz? Alright. Thank you guys for coming along with me. All you future viewers, because I'm sure somebody is going to watch this. It's been so long since I've done this. Honestly, kind of missed it. But I figure if I just set my mind to just like one thing, I don't know. I've been wanting this to be the year of change. I think this is part of that. Might as well be. 32 now, I'm not getting longer after. Anyways, bye-bye.